Good morning, folks. Just going for one last walk here right before the election. Beautiful morning in Alberta. It's a balmy 3 degrees, but it's not snowing, so that's good. So yeah, it's the weekend before our election, and I usually have hope. I'm usually a positive person. Try to be anyway. But the way things are going and what I see potentially coming down the pipe here for all of us is not good. I don't know how much stock you put in polls, but if you look around, it looks like the race is pretty close. I mean, they're only polling 1,000 or 2,000 people, so how do you ever know? But they're somewhat close sometimes. Looks like the PPC's doing pretty good, maybe better than expected. I know in Alberta, anyway, they are. And yeah, it should be interesting. Should be interesting. It's pretty sad to see in the debates that we had. I guess all 3 of them were in Quebec, 2 of them in French, and 80% of the country doesn't speak French, so what does that tell you? And they've gone back to the same old things here now, mudslinging, and I will say it was pretty scary to see the Prime Minister come outside and say, those people put us in danger. Those people put our children in danger. You know, the worse this gets, and the more freaked out people get, if they get really worried, truly worried about their safety, that kind of talk can lead to some serious problems and maybe violence, you know, when those people can kill you. So it's just odd to see the politicians who basically allowed COVID to spread for a good portion of 2020 blaming Canadians again. Canadians have been blamed the whole time. But now it's getting serious. Like, you have the Prime Minister going on TV saying those people could kill your children. So we're getting into some serious stuff here. But boy, if the Liberals win again, guys, we're in a world of hurt here. We've got censorship and taxes and division coming that we've never seen, because they've been pushing the envelope, you know. They're infringing on people's rights and just dehumanizing people and trying to push things that in a normal time would never fly. And if people vote yes, and these guys get any kind of government, they're going to take that as support. And I mean, the Canada I grew up in is already gone. But it could be getting much worse. You know, we've doubled our debt. Inflation is twice what the Bank of Canada thought it should be. We're at over 4%. Then add a carbon tax they lied about, and they're going to increase into incredible amounts. And they've got all these pie-in-the-sky climate change ideas, but nothing to fall back on. You know, solar and wind and all that is wonderful and a great addition to a power grid, but where do you get the base load from? Like, they don't have a plan. It's great to say we're going to do all these things, and in 30 years or 20 years we're going to have all these goals, but they completely forget the middle part. They leave the middle part out, which is how. They go from, we're going to do this and vote for us, and these are the goals we're going to meet, and high five. And nobody asks them about how. And it's going to be technology and innovation, and it's going to be Canadians building and making and manufacturing that's going to solve any kind of pollution problem. Right? The population gets bigger, more people come in, they never account for that. So with the climate change doom and gloom and the censorship and the division and the taxes, if these people get voted in, we're in a world of hurt. I hope I'm wrong. Maybe I am. But I don't know. It feels like good versus evil. No really other way to explain it. It honestly feels like good versus evil. And I don't have a lot of faith in the folks out east, I'm not going to lie. I know there's good people everywhere, but I don't have much faith in Atlantic Canada or Toronto doing the right thing. Most people don't even pay attention. So hopefully I'm wrong. But anyway, Canadians can vote for whoever they like, and I will say if Trudeau wins again, this is probably my last video, because what's the point? I got blocked on Twitter. I get censored on YouTube, comments deleted and all that, and what's the point? Because it's going to get worse if they win. Might as well just shut her down and circle the wagons and worry about your own little neighborhood. You know, talk to your neighbors if you don't know them. I know in our little neck of the woods here, we're formulating a plan, and we're making sure, you know, every house has a generator. Or we're making sure, you know, folks are stocking up on a little bit of food and water and the ability to create heat. And I live in rural Alberta, so I have a few neighbors in a lot of area. And we're lucky, we have lots of fresh water and food and animals and game and all the good stuff all around us. So, but we're trying to formulate a plan here because we know we have somewhat of an idea of what's coming, at least incredible food prices and scarcity, and you know, if there's rolling lockdowns in different countries, it's going to mess with production, and if we have one protest blocking a train track for a month, costing us, you know, $250 million and losing energy projects that are worth $70 billion, it's going to get chaotic. You know, when people thought that toilet paper was scarce, they went crazy. Imagine when they find out here soon that with our droughts and our poor yields and the costs of production going up and inflation, that we're going to be starting to face some energy and food poverty. People are going to go crazy. Toilet paper was nothing. So I guess long story short, if you get anything out of this, is just get a little prepared, you know. I'm not saying freak out and build a bunker or buy a bunch of guns or anything, but be prepared, you know. Most stores are going to have enough food for, what do they say, 3 or 4 days, and then they're done. So you should at least have a month or two worth of food and water and the ability to create some heat, just to protect yourself and your family, even in case of a flood or tornado or power outage. So I think that's what we're going to be doing here, is just circling the wagons and getting slightly prepared and looking out for each other, and because if the East picks Trudeau again, we're in some trouble. But to the few folks that do watch these videos, or to the few folks that remember me from Twitter there, just wanted to say thank you, and I enjoyed our interactions. A lot of us had a lot in common, and we had a lot of good laughs, and I just wanted to say thank you. And I wish all the best to you and your families, and be safe, be smart, and do what you think is right for you and your family. All the best, guys, and happy voting.